Okay guys, just going to pop up a preview for the Devonport meeting on Sunday. 8 races, obviously rails in the true. Not too much to tell on the synthetic. So anyway, found the middle of the card very difficult. So settled on a couple, and there are a couple of old favourites of mine. So in the first, we're on Liffey Bow. Pretty keen actually. I actually don't mind the outside gate at all, to be honest. If we look at the speed map, you've got Harvey Bay press forward, Cool Cash will probably press forward. There's a few that will definitely get back. GG Soprano, GG Style can go forward, but probably still about third or fourth. Sladen will get back, and Dodd Renjo will find a position. So should be able to work over under its own steam and take a camp behind. Just sort of ride shotgun outside the lead. Last run was actually very good. Actually have a quick look at it. So it was behind Zatakla, who's just in the zone at the moment and is
just waiting on Harvey.
Subsequently come out and won again. Harvey Bay is also in this race. So here's Liffey Bow from the inside, jumped in front. Harvey Bay out he's a tackler. So hands up mid-race to Harvey Bay. Actually, a meets at a kid on half better at the weights as well, Liffey Bow. Spot beating at home. You know, if we just think that Zatakla's come out and since won by 6 lengths again since this run. There's a bit of merit in it. It's hard to see based on this, even though Harvey Bay does go good at Devonport. You know, Liffey Bow's definitely beaten it on its merits here. You know, that half an argument's on the inferior ground on the inside, but Liffey Bow goes back there anyway and pulls away late. And Zatakla's just ultra strong late. You know, you can see there's a fair margin between second and fourth there, so happy to be on there. You know, if you do look at his record on the track, it says 1 win from 5 starts, but obviously we go back to this run, which is a nightmare for those of us on him.
Thieves start to come along.
Drew the box seat again, so sitting leaders back, and just never got a look in it. There's no doubt he should have won this race, so just the leaders back in the just jog trots the entire home straight, virtually at a trial. Now, untested. You just see sitting up here. You know, so that's where those track stats can be a bit misleading when horses have no luck. So, and obviously it came out and bolted in and launched in the run subsequent. So, very happy to be on. Not going to be too flash odds. I think about 6 to 4 is about his right price. So, yeah. So, and I'd actually got a bit of a soft spot for him, as I said. So. Obviously, Liffey's sort of old hometown, sort of born and bred, so the old name. I'm betting on names now. But anyway, no, but I think he's actually going to make a horse. It's taken a while to sink in. He used to be a bit of a speedy squib back in the day, but they've changed that around, sort of not using his natural early speed, just jumping him out and taking a position and saving the sprint for the end, and it's making a world of difference. Don Redjo's just low flying. I've actually backed him his last 2 and did me a favour last time. Also ran very good sectionals, winning over the same track distance and class last time. So he's the obvious danger and probably the only danger in my eyes. So yeah, but happy to jump on Liffey Bow in the first. And the other one I'm keen on is actually in the last. And in a race, there's a ton of speed in this. You've got Nielsen, Kyogle, Sun, Araconti, GG's Blondie can push forward, Laddie and the Rocket, Silzor. They're all known speedsters. And GG Spitfire's the one I've settled on here. He's not renowned for savaging the line, but he did break through last time. If we have a look at his form, ultra consistent. So if we have a look, he's ran first, second, fourth, second, third, fourth, second. Yep, so like that's his last 10 runs. 9 runs, hasn't run worse than 4th. And you're going to be getting good each way, not good each way, but sort of decent single figure odds about him. And he's going to be the one who'll be camped off the hot speed. It's also, like, his last race start was the 28th of March. He did actually trial in Hobart last week and won that sort of very soft trial. He broke through in Launceston.
The top 3 in the market.
Actually, there's a few GG's horses in this race, but he camps off the speed. Here he is here, sort of 4th with the blinkers on. So he's going to be camped behind the speed tomorrow, and just like the way he took the gap here when it opened, he gets held up for behind the other 2 GG's runners, and when the gap opens here, he accelerates through it. Might have been a blessing in disguise for him, based on his habit of finishing 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, no, so, and a lot of those horses, when they do finally break through, the penny drops, and obviously if we go back to 1,000 metres at Devonport, like this is in January.
Into 350 now, it's been a good go.
It's the same track and distance. And they go quick here as well. Actually, there's Liffey Bow in front, back in his old speedy squib days before they changed the way they rode him. So we'll just pause it. So he's actually about 5th on the outside in the blue blinkers here. You just see the way he savages the line here over 1,000. Actually back top draw this day. It's the inside, but yeah, so I can see him getting a very similar run behind a hot tempo again, and he's going to be very strong late. I just think if you back him each way, you can't do much wrong. So they're the 2. Actually, in the last, Silzor's one who's like his form's first up for about 2 years, but he bolted in here in Debut back in a 2-year-old race. He since had about, only got 2 trials here. He's had about 5 or 6 since that last run, and his trials have been unbelievable, but he draws out wide, and I've pointed out the amount of speed inside, so I just think Spitfire's going to be strong late, ultra consistent, so don't think you can do too much wrong. So they're the 2 for the day. So and just going forward, I'm probably going to there's come a conclusion lately that I'm not getting too much enjoyment out of sort of betting and stuff. It's more just become a bit numerical and pretty bland. So I'm probably only going to back these horses that I tip in the near future. So I'm a bit quiet on social media in the near future. Try and play to actual golf handicap might be the plan for the next few weeks. So so if I'm sort of not around as much on social media, that explains why. I will say that I've really come to terms with Devonport betting. It took me a long time. I actually couldn't win there when I first started getting back betting on the gallops. But, sort of drilled into the reasons behind horses I was backing, and I was backing horses that I'd back at Launceston or Hobart based on their form profile. But Devonport have found with the synthetic track, there's a lot of other factors to take into account, and there's a lot more emphasis on speed maps and barriers, which aren't as prevalent at the other tracks, but more so important at Devonport. Obviously important anywhere, but more so there. And actually, I think the reason that once I sort of found, sort of settled on that, my harness racing background really sort of helped in that regard, because obviously that's where begin and start with harness racing form. It's speed maps and barriers. So ever since I sort of came to that conclusion, Devonport results have been electric. Like on Cup Day, actually I've got the results open here, I think. Oh, yep. So these are all the gallops results just off the thing. So where's Devonport Cup Day? Here it is here. So on Devonport Cup Day, I got back Spiro ran first at $7 and top draw. That was that actual replay we just saw. One at $6.50. Cathonius got done on the line. Also tipped the Cup winner at $11 as well. Didn't make it one of my better bets, and even in the last Devonport meeting, which was the first one since then. Actually, I think it was. Just indulge me here. I scroll through my Twitter feed. I think it was April. Geez, I talk some crap here. Explains why I'm sort of going to get a life for a little while. Where's the second? Actually, I had the big picture of a frog. There he is. Yeah, so on this day, I just said only mucking around, first go back on the carpet, but fate of my day rests upon either week on Risky or Don Reggio winning race 4. Don Reggio did the job at, I think it was $6.50 that day. He's good. Thrown a few coins on Strathalbyn in race 6, back in 58 grade with Froggy on. Still backable at 21 and 6. Actually backed it at 23. Hence the dancing frog when Froggy got it home. And I was no real confidence, but taking a flyer on Brackenbury in the last. So, and he got the job at about 480 from memory. So, see, once I came to that conclusion, if we look at these results as well, I'm pretty sure I actually stopped doing these about the middle of last year when the Devonport season started, because I started sort of back in November 16. So it's be about May. Yeah, you can see here that I pulled the pin for about 4 months until Launceston Night started again. Because if you look at here's the Devonport results. Yeah, unplaced third, second and second. Unplaced. Yes, so I mean, so I really struggled, but as I said, I drilled into that and found the reason why. And I think I've sort of identified, put my emphasis on speed maps than I do on the Launceston and Hobart races. So, but if we have a look, so actually I said last week I thought the Tackler was the first horse I tipped when I started doing this. It was actually Count Da Vinci, but you can see there's a lot of obvious ones when I first started. Count Da Vinci, Admiral, Ocean Embers, Lord Da Vinci. Yeah, so, but I think the Tackler's probably the one that was picked in from the trials. So, and it made me sort of sit up and think, geez, I can do this, because prior to that I always had the occasional bet on the gallops, but I virtually just tailed one of my mates and sort of, that was sort of it. But that sort of showed me where I'm at, and I've actually come a long way since those days. I laugh about it now, but I can honestly say that at this stage I did not know the difference between a Class 1 and a benchmark 62. Little stuff like that. It's a bit embarrassing to say now, but as you can see, the results have been, we've got 18 months of data there now. So what have we got there? We'll just sort of add them up, what the results are. Whoops, I think it was about 70% profit on turnover. That was about 6 months ago. So how we're travelling now. Actually, I'll just grab this up there. So we've got 194 return. We've got a heading there, so that's 119 rows. So that's 119 bets for 194 return. So that's about 75 profit from 119 bets. So that's what's that? Just under 2/3. So about 65% profit on turnover. So got to be happy with that over an extended period of time. So as I said, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But as I mentioned, so on Sunday, first and last, Liffey Bow straight out, and each way Spitfire in the last. Very tough races in between. I will continue to pop up the occasional preview and share on social media. As I said, I probably won't be around as much, so if I can help myself. So, be like giving up smoking, I reckon. But anyway, cheers guys, we'll leave it there. And until next time, I'll leave you with it. Cheers.